Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel Saturday Night Stitch. Today's vlog post is a super quick post about how I store my paper patterns. I already did a vlog a few weeks ago about how I store my PDF patterns, so this is part 2 in my sewing room organization series of posts. So basically, I have loads of paper patterns from your big four and also some indie patterns that I got as paper patterns. And I had to figure out a system that worked for me over the years that I've been collecting, buying these patterns, and I've come up with something that works and that actually doesn't require a lot of money. Now, I'm a big fan of reusing, reducing, and recycling. So I try and use stuff that's already around. So for example, with my PDF patterns, I store them in old nappy boxes. So the same goes with my paper patterns. I use these old milk boxes. Nothing glamorous, but they are actually perfectly wide enough for me to stick the patterns in. Hang on, let me get it the right way. See? So this one has got a label here that says Batik Border and Quick Sew. So these are all in one box because I don't have that many of them. Vogue has its own box, New Look has its own box, Simplicity has its own box that's just pure thing. But these ones I don't seem to have as much Batik patterns. I don't know why. But yeah, so they are in this box and it's perfectly wide enough, and I don't know if you can see this, but it's easy enough for me to flip through and see what's what. I used to store the patterns in these IKEA boxes, which again were the perfect width and they were fine, except for the fact that when the sun would come into the room, the light was falling directly onto the patterns, and I quickly realized that they would suffer from sun damage. So I wanted something that would protect the patterns from sun damage, because I have this silly idea that one day, 60, 70 years from now, my grandkids or something like that will be into sewing and they'll have like a stash of vintage patterns from their grannies. So I want to protect them. Plus, there's also the fact that I've spent a lot of money on my patterns, so protect them. Okay, so that's how I keep the normal sized ones. Okay, so what about the big size Vogue patterns, for example, like Vogue 1449? Well, no problem. The same box, but just slot them in the other direction on the longer side, and they fit perfectly. Again, able to flip very easily through them. So yeah, that's how I store my paper patterns. I'm so happy that I came to this storage solution because it doesn't cost a lot of money. It doesn't cost any money at all, actually, because you know the boxes would have gone into the recycling bin and gone off to recycling heaven or whatever happens there. So yeah, that's how I store my paper patterns. My next post in this particular series is going to look at how I store my magazine patterns, so things like your Burda or Tawbury Women or Tawbury Design, and how I store those. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to add about that. It's very simple, it's easy and straightforward. Oh, very quickly, I guess if you wanted to and you had the inclination, you could very easily make this fancy. You could paint it, you could do all sorts of stuff, but I haven't had time to do that. Maybe one day when I have a lot more free time, I will do that. But there you go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you liked what you see, then just hit the like button below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.